Y'all, I done ate so much Korean fried chicken. My body don't feel right. Like my body, I need to drink mad water. And we just finished watching WrestleMania night 1. I just ended stream a little bit ago. Took a shower. I just need to freshen up. And I just realized, y'all, I need to hit the gym. Look at me, bro, I'm not who I used to be, bro. Look at this stomach, bro. Welcome back. The highlight of WrestleMania 41 was that somebody in my chat called me a Dollar General Roman Reigns. And I'm assuming it's because now my face is fat as hell from all this food I've been eating and I just need to quit, okay? But let's really talk about everything that has happened in WrestleMania 41. So I had the pleasure of being live. We did a watch party for it. I had the homies Trey, Lando, I had Chase with me. I had my boy Dysfunctional TV. We was all vibing, man. We had a great time, despite the fact that the card on paper looks good, but honestly, a little bit underwhelming to, but some matches came out as a big W. Some of them, my expectations, they was set high and I wasn't, disappointed, but we have to address some of the stuff that did happen during night 1. First match we're going to talk about is Jey Uso versus Gunther. Okay, so this match right here, first, they both come out and I know Jay's entrance, and honestly, it felt WrestleMania 41 night 1. The entrances feel like class plays. It felt like rehearsed. Obviously they are rehearsed, but it feels like everything was rushed last minute. I don't know. It was still cool. Some dope entrances. Okay, we're gonna talk about the later matches, but seeing them, Jay came from one of them high ass spots in the ring or the arena. Gunther came out ring general status, and of course, he looks intimidating. Everything looked good, but Jay out here, the dog in him, he's delivering blows back and forth. Honestly, hits that, if Gunther delivered, normally would drop his opponents. Jay was eating them and trying to hit him back. So I honestly didn't think that this was a bad performance. The biggest concern was whether or not Jay's in-ring ability can help this match or propel this match. Honestly, two things. Jay performed many different moves. Look, we're going to use the word moveset, term moveset, whatever. He performed so much that I was really surprised that he even pulled off a power bomb and did certain movesets that I didn't expect him to do, because honestly, we haven't seen any of that. It's always been a super kick fest. So him delivering that proved that not only did he want this match, he wanted to win this match, but he wanted to win our comments over on everything, all the memes and everything that we have said. His last year's WrestleMania with his brother was nasty. That was nasty work. That shit was whack. But this performance was, in my opinion, an 8 out of 10 between him and Gunther in this whole match. I think him spearing Gunther in the right moments. The only issue that I had, because again, he was taking chops, he was telling him hit me again, he was doing a lot. It was when Gunther tapped out, and I don't think that should have been how Gunther loses. At least in my opinion, I think Gunther should not lose that status of who he is. And even though he's gonna lose the title, you can't let that guy lose after him being who he has been in the business for so long and chopping people to death and being that prestigious dude, ring general. You can't let him lose in a tap out, right? And I think a lot of people were upset about it. Me, I was more so he should have waited to tap out, because he tapped out really quick at the end. As soon as Jay delivered 3 splashes to him, he immediately put him in a headlock. And it's crazy because Gunther gets back up. He's getting up right after these 3 splashes. He's getting up. So to put him in a headlock and then he immediately taps, I'm like, you should have either let him wait a little bit to struggle, or he should have pulled the Stone Cold Steve Austin treatment. Feint. Well, if he had feinted and he would have lost based off of that, that would have kind of ensured or gave us more clarity that, okay, there might be a rematch or the storyline ain't really done yet. But I think him tapping kind of ended that storyline. So that was probably what they were trying to go for. Overall, I liked that match. That match was cool. The second match that we had was the War Raiders and the New Day. I'm gonna be completely honest, it sucks because I like the War Raiders. I like the New Day. I rock with them 100%. This wasn't a match that I was even anticipating. I wasn't excited for this. In fact, I was super confused that there was a TLC match scheduled for Friday, if I'm not mistaken, with Motor City, DIY, and Street Profits, and that wasn't highlighted in WrestleMania. That could have been the match, and who knows, that could have stole the show. There's so many high-flying guys there, daredevils. How would you not put that match in WrestleMania before this one? This match was a bore fest. The way they ended the match was kind of like underwhelming, to say the least. But yes, I am happy that New Day became the champs, because I did want to see new champions. I do like War Raiders though. They dope. But at the same time, this match was not really like WrestleMania is supposed to be. Every match on paper is supposed to be like, oh, these are the 5-star matches. This match on paper is not a 5-star, like, even expectation. So, you know, it was whatever. I don't really have much to say. It wasn't my cup of tea. Jade, Cargill, and Naomi. This match was fire. First and foremost, the way both ladies came out, especially Jade, man, she came out. You see the storm, the weathering, all that craziness. It was fire. She came out. She looked lovely. Naomi came out. She looked amazing as well. And I wanted Naomi to win. However, I know following the storyline, if how do I say this? If Jade was to lose, it makes it so pointless that she came from an injury of getting hit from behind to then go after the person who hurt her to lose. So yeah, I understand that wouldn't have made any sense at all, but it was a great match nonetheless. And the way she delivered, I guess this is her new finisher. I don't know if she's gonna incorporate this every time, because that move could be botched. Yo, you got to be careful. She like lifted her up and like did like this. She spinned her and then turned around and power bombed her. Shit was nuts. Then did her regular finisher and then completed the win. Both of these ladies went in. Naomi, honestly, she gets like so many points up because Jade, she got the look. Both of these ladies are lovely. They're beautiful. They both a beast in the ring. Jade got the whole muscular thing going on. She's fucking fantastic. So when you look at her, you're like, okay, she's gonna go crazy. But I gotta give so much credit to Naomi, even with the storyline, how believable it was leading up to WrestleMania. I need to see more from Naomi. I want to see more from her. I'm hoping that there's still something that's gonna go on. My prediction is, considering Jade won WrestleMania night 1 against her, I feel like Naomi's gonna interfere with Io Sky's match with Bianca and Rhea, and she's gonna stop Bianca from winning. I feel like there's something in this. I don't feel like it's done completely yet. So, you know, so who knows? But this is one of my favorite matches out of the night. The next match was LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. Let me tell you, man, my thing with WWE this year and last year, of course, was that they rushed a lot of stories and also wasn't like really applying so much pressure and some depth with the storylines. So you have guys here like LA Knight who can really pick apart in a promo. Guys like Jacob, who just came in and he's killing it. I think everybody wants him to be a champion. Everyone. There's not one person who does not want him to be champion. But the problem is the pacing and the timing of the storylines. And I see the IWC community. They, you take your bias away, take everything away. Y'all know these storylines with everybody, and most of these storylines were kind of rushed. It's just that the performer, the guys who are really, and the guys and the ladies who are doing all these like stunts and performing in the ring, they're fucking amazing. So we kind of give grace to it, like, oh, you know what? Oh well, like this match is excellent. So I say that to say, LA Knight deserves way more of a push. He should have had way more of a push. But I really hope that this US title gets a little bit more prestigious. I hope it gets a little bit more in the spotlight, because that title and the IC title, they're not looked at as big time titles. And I wish they can kind of get that kind of look. You know what I mean? So hopefully LA Knight gets a crazy push, because that match was phenomenal. Jacob showed that he could get it in the ring too, that he could go back and forth all around that square. LA Knight was going off too. Both of these guys were demons. And then all of a sudden, Jacob is just landing moonsaults, jumping off, high flying. And LA Knight is going back and forth from LA Knight's in his 40s, y'all. LA Knight is in his 40s. And LA Knight, one of the best moves of the night, this is like the second best move of the night, was the fact that he caught Jacob Fatu in the middle of the air, in midair, while he was in the middle of doing his moonsault, and did a BFT. BLT is BFT. I know I was only on troll. He did a BFT, caught him in midair. It reminded me so much of like Randy Orton, man. And with stuff like that, and the way LA Knight lands these things, it makes the match so much better. And I really do hope I see LA Knight even further, because right now, to me, he's considered a top of the line mid-carder. Not because I think he's mid, but just the place that WWE has him. But overall, great fucking match by both of these guys. The next match, which was supposed to be featuring Rey Mysterio and Grande Americano, Big American. It's funny because he's short as shit. Rey Fenix took after Rey Mysterio because he has sustained an injury the night before on SmackDown. Why are you having these guys perform? I don't know. But this match blew my mind. I really enjoyed this match. This was a match that was great to watch. I love seeing guys who are technicians, but also very crafty and very athletic, because even with Chad Gable, who we knew, of course, you know, he's one of those Olympic gold medalist kind of guys. Even though we see what he's capable of, I think he did a reversal, like a reverse 450 splash. Just seeing all the moves he was doing. And also, we got to give a lot of credit to this match. This match was put together last minute because Ray hit that injury. Ray got hit with an injury. So the fact that him and Ray went back and forth was phenomenal. Also, he got featured with Vikingo. Vikingo kind of came into the ring and held Ray Phoenix, because at the end, Ray Phoenix lost. That was meant to happen, but it was good to see him. He, you know, that was his first WrestleMania appearance, and he took after Ray, and that was a phenomenal fucking match that they both had. I think his performance in the ring was fantastic, and that should honestly set the tone for Ray Phoenix when, I guess, Raw SmackDown airs. I believe it's SmackDown if I'm not mistaken, and he shows up, man. He showed the people, listen, I left from AEW to here and I got what it takes, man. He did a great job with Chad Gable, aka Grande Americano. I really wish that mask would have came off, but I guess they're gonna still run with a storyline. Let's see, perhaps. But we all knew that Chad Gable had it too, man. They were pushing a story on him, and then I don't know what happened with Gunther and him, and then they just completely stopped it. But that match was also great. Now, y'all, like I said, this is the match that bothers me. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. I think 99.999% of people wanted Tiffany Stratton to win. Obviously, she won. And I still stand by my opinion that Charlotte Flair came in after how long from an injury, and all of a sudden just takes over Royal Rumble and wins. And I feel like that pushed some females off, that pushed some females away from where their place was in a possibility or an opportunity. So I didn't like that. But let me just say this, and you know, my bad for not talking about everybody's entrance. I do want to make some honorable mentions. They were sponsoring Clash of Clans. Yo, the disrespect with the War Raiders coming out with that weak ass Ruby's costume store fit was so disrespectful. It looked like it was like one of them adult costumes for like when you take your kids out on Halloween, bro. It was trash. And then you had, I think, Jacob Fatu that had like a wolf mask kind of thing, and he came out with Solo. And my bad, I forgot to kind of, it seems like I'm speeding past this, but no, I'm now remembering, I'm sorry. But Jacob pretty much came out with Solo, and Solo didn't do anything. I thought Solo was going to interfere. I thought something was going to happen, but no, I guess not. I don't know what's going to happen, honestly, but he didn't do anything. But going back to Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton came out with the whole Barbie theme, which I thought was dope. She had two big screens while she was inside of a box and she was posing and everything. Again, I feel like that was great, and I feel like it could have been delivered better. I don't know why I feel like this WrestleMania was put together super last minute, but yet it probably wasn't. The way the presentation was, I would have liked to see something else. She didn't get no other, like, what did she get? Pyro? I don't know, because I'm really shocked that Charlotte Flair did. Tiffany Stratton, the champions came out first, if I'm not mistaken, this WrestleMania, which was kind of confusing. They came out first. Normally the champions don't come out first. So Tiffany Stratton comes out. She has this whole Barbie theme. I thought it was great. Of course, she's a champion. And then Charlotte Flair comes out. And she comes out in a fucking Rolls Royce. And I said, what the hell? And they had pyro for her. They had the whole shebang. The whole shebang. And I said, yeah, like I thought Charlotte was going to win. The weird thing too was their outfits were similar. Same color and everything. It's like playing somebody in NBA 2K and like idiots, y'all both picked the same like kind of jerseys, like away or whatever the hell. So y'all both got like white jerseys with like pinstripes on it. And now you don't even know who's who in the ring, like in the court, like on the court. It looked kind of funky, but that match was so sloppy, y'all. And I want to blame Charlotte. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Excuse my language, but I don't know what was going on with that match. That match was one of the most sloppiest. I was getting upset, not just because it was sloppy. It felt like, and call bias, maybe I'm bugging, maybe y'all read it different, maybe I got to see it over. The way I saw that match reminds me of like when I watched the other match of Charlotte Flair when she extended the time with Becky, or like the way she was wrestling, and just even with Nia Jax or just with Rhea Ripley. And for me, I'm thinking like, yo, is she like purposely like is she sandbagging y'all? Was she like being sloppy in the ring? Even Tiffany was a little bit sloppy in the ring too. But I felt like there was like very minimal points in the ring where Tiffany was able to catch her and have a momentum boost like on her end. It felt like right when every time she was almost there, like Charlotte Flair was just cooking her up. And the thing is too, when done correctly, it could be similar to like, okay, Tiffany's like a boss fight, so she's gonna keep knocking her down. But it looked so sloppy, it made me feel like like Charlotte Flair was just trying to take over the match. I don't know how y'all feel about that, if y'all disagree, but it was sloppy, and she was really hitting Tiff, man. Did her tooth broke? Did her tooth break? Was her shit shattered? I don't know. Something was not adding up to me. And then because she did the press conference and her teeth was there, so maybe she got veneers, I don't know. But bro, it was gone. Like, yo, she was bleeding, she got kicked in the head. It was really sloppy shit, man. It was sloppy as fuck. And hopefully they said something in the backstage, because that match was really bad. Honestly, I put that above War Raiders versus New Day, but that's like number 2 from the very bottom up of worst matches of the night. I'm gonna be honest, that was not a good match. I felt bad for Tiffany and was wondering why was it this sloppy, bro. It was really bad. I don't know, maybe Tiffany was messing up the spots. Maybe Tiffany was getting hit with receipts. I don't know. But also, I do understand the business, and probably because of the crazy comments Tiffany said, she got hit with some receipts. So that was probably her receipts of the night. We don't know. Last but not least, and also LA Knight came out in a Maserati, if I'm not mistaken. So I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker in his Duffy. But okay, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Honestly, to everybody, the highlight match of the night. One of the fucking dopest shits ever is trying to like beat the fact that we can deliver an excellent triple threat match. An excellent triple threat match. I'm iffy with shit like that because you got to find the right spots on the map. Well, I said map, well, match. You got to find the right spots in the ring to know your points. When is your turn? When do you come in? And I think even when CM Punk started and he went outside to talk to Paul Heyman, and he goes, yo, I need some advice. Wise guy, I need some wise advice. And he's talking to Paul Heyman. You're already thinking, okay, it's him. So I was like, holy crap. So it was Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Seth Rollins comes out first, of course. And Seth Rollins comes out, and immediately I have this like this holy, whoa, like what the heck? He came out in an all black fit, and he does what The Rock does. He pulls out the pyro. And I'm like, yo, everything he's doing is basically leading towards like being with The Rock. Like everything he has done. We're gonna do some predictions at the end, but he does that, and then the whole arena turns black, and then he has this white outfit that comes out after that, which is like the light and dark side. So like maybe it's a reverse thing from like heel to face, but he had this whole dark side he came out with, and then the fit came off when it went pitch black, and he had this like fucking crazy bright ass white outfit. And I was like, yo, hold on, like what is this symbolizing? Like what is the reference to this? It looked amazing. And then of course Roman Reigns comes out, and it looks so weird. It felt weird. He's alone, and at some point he, when he gets to the ring, he looks on the left. He's like one of them single ass dudes who lost his chick. He's like, and then he gets in the ring, and then CM Punk, man, holy shit, this was fantastic. They did like a video package for him, like of Fire Burns, and it was just a history of, with that song playing in the background, showcasing his history and his matches and his feuds, and it was beautiful, bro. I got emotional. And then when he came out to a live performance of Cult of Personality, and it was just fantastic. He came out with the hoodie and everything, and Paul Heyman. The match starts, and that's like, again, as I said, CM Punk goes over to Paul Heyman and just chats with him for a little bit, and Roman Reigns just gets to working. And he puts the beats on Seth. Now, there's just so many spots in the match. Obviously, same thing with Seth Rollins and CM Punk stepping out of the ring, fighting around the crowd, coming back in. Roman Reigns delivers this like over thing. He just hits both of them. And then midway to the match, we start wondering like what's going on. They're doing finishers on each other. They're beating each other the fuck up. Then it gets to a point where Seth Rollins, and again, I'm probably missing a lot of it, but please, if you guys know the match too, write in your comments. And also, if I don't really want to spoil that one, but then again, I'm spoiling the more important shit. Seth Rollins looks at Roman Reigns and goes, "Come on, man, let's do this." And he wanted to team up with Roman to powerbomb CM Punk like the good old days, like the Shield would normally do on the announcer tables. And Roman Reigns, and this is the thing, man, Roman Reigns, the way they're doing the story is he could be the tribal chief, the king, but they really got him fucked up mentally about what the Shield has done to him. He got like real trauma with it. That's the character they have him built off of, and I think it's fantastic. They got him built off of this, like he has trauma built behind it. So as soon as Seth Rollins goes, "Yo, man, let's do this," it's like he lost himself for a second. He goes, "All right, let's do this." And then like all of a sudden he fakes it. And as soon as he's about to go pick up CM Punk, he fakes it and hits Seth, and he slams each of them on the table by themselves. Each of them. He went to go pin, he went to spear. Everybody is just losing their shit, but they kick out. CM Punk kicks out, Seth Rollins kicks out, everybody kicks out. Then it turns to the point where Roman Reigns is getting hit with finishers left and right. He's getting hit with the GTS. The match was, I think, in my opinion, excellent. All around, I think it was perfect. Then towards the end of the match, Roman Reigns is on the floor. CM Punk is on the floor. Seth Rollins is on the floor as well. I think he got hit with a spear because Roman Reigns was running to CM Punk, and CM Punk moved out the way. Now they're all three on the floor, and I think Paul Heyman walks over and grabs a chair. He grabs a chair, and now he's in between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, but he's outside, and he's looking at both of them on the floor inside, and they're both looking at him, and Seth Rollins on the other side of the ring. He gives the chair to CM Punk, so we already like, oh shit, okay, he chose him, and he looks all fucked up. It was an emotional ass like situation. I'm not gonna lie, it was super emotional. And as soon as CM Punk gets up and Paul Heyman's behind him, I'm like, Paul Heyman is in the ring? Why would he be in the ring? That doesn't normally happen. Something's about to happen. As soon as CM Punk is about to hit Roman Reigns, because he starts laughing, he gets low blowed by Paul Heyman. Complete betrayal. And Roman Reigns does like that cry laugh of like joy, like, holy shit, you did it for me. You chose the tribal chief. And then Paul Heyman sells such a good fucking sell and goes, "You chose this. You made me choose. This is the tribal chief." He gets on his knees with the chair, hands it over to Roman Reigns. He grabs the chair, hits CM Punk a couple times. He goes, "Favor?" And then he, hits him with the chair. Then Paul Heyman looks at Seth Rollins and goes, "My tribal chief, the shield. Don't forget the shield. Look, he's on his back, the shield." And then that's when Roman Reigns looks at him and smiles and gets all cocky with it, like as if he knows his wise man. Well, he moves wise man out the way. He grabs the chair while Seth Rollins is holding on to the ropes. And Paul Heyman delivers a low blow to Roman fucking Reigns. Cinema. And from that point on, we just knew. Everyone knew. Seth was a Paul Heyman guy. Is a Paul Heyman guy. He gives the chair to Paul Heyman. He gives the chair to Seth Rollins. The camera is on Seth Rollins. All the camera spots were excellent this night. All of a sudden, Seth grabs the chair. He waits till Roman gets up. He kisses it, hits the chair on his back. Then he backs up, curb stomps him, 1, 2, 3. Paul Heyman looks happy. And it's all over from there. This was incredible, that ending. That was incredible. Paul Heyman, that motherfucking leech. You gotta love him. He creates monsters. Gotta love him. That was, in my opinion, one of the best endings to a WrestleMania match. Next to Cody Rhodes dropping 3 Crossroads. Man, that match was a 10 out of 10. Honestly, when you have big stars in the ring, sometimes a match that you assume is going to be the greatest can be sometimes the worst. That match overall was great. I rate tonight, I rated like a 7.5 because there was matches on the card that didn't have to be there tonight, and there was a lot of like missed opportunities with some of the early matches. and they just weren't garnering that like holy shit, oh my god, WrestleMania moment enough. But it was still nonetheless a really good performance by everybody. But please let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This was fantastic. I'm excited for night 2. Hopefully I get to watch Sinners in the morning. But anybody who's watching this now, let's just talk about some predictions if you made it this far. I don't know how long am I recording for? My big ass. 24 minutes. Chat, man, this shirt is tight on me now, man. I just want to be, we're going to be trained. Look, like, I can still move my chest and shit like I'm working out, but y'all, I ain't the same, bro. I got to lose some weight, cuz. But let's get back to the video. My prediction with certain matches, because I don't know every match that's going to be, well, no, I know the matches that are going to be available tomorrow, but I think with Seth Rollins specifically, I do want to note that, because I'm trying to scroll right now to see if we get it. I do want to note that it seems to me, I feel like Seth Rollins, with all the Rock references, he might pull up tomorrow to help Cody Rhodes lose. I got a big feeling about it. I think Seth is now in his heel run. And to say goodbye, fans, with the whole singing his theme song and being, he's the guy, the face. Nah, he's about to be an anti-hero because the fans are going to love him, but he's going to turn heel. He wants a shot at a belt, and I think he's going to go and help out Cena. And believe it or not, there may be a chance that Cena's about to lose, and all of a sudden Seth Rollins comes in and delivers that shit. But I also have a feeling, there's a prediction that perhaps either CM Punk or Roman Reigns comes in as well and interferes. Who knows? There's a lot that can happen tomorrow. I really wish I had better predictions for night 2. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca. I hope Naomi either interferes or something like that and ruins the opportunity for her and Rhea. And I hope Io retains, because Io's been like a third wheel in this situation. It's really fucked up, but she has been like a third wheel. Braun Breaker, Penta, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn. I have a feeling Dominic is going to have an opportunity to pin somebody. I think Finn is going to stop him from doing it. He's going to probably slap Dom or do something to Dom. And I really hope that whether Penta does something to Finn or Braun Breaker tries to hit a spear, I feel like either Braun's going to try to hit a spear on Dom, and Dom's going to move out the way and it's going to hit Finn. I feel like Dom might win this title, and I also feel like he might pin Finn Balor. And that's the end of the Judgment Day. I'm just predictions. I don't think Penta's going to win, but I think Penta's going to perform at a high level, of course. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, I feel like Drew's going to win. I think for the street fight, it's going to be huge. I think it's going to be great. Hopefully nobody interferes. I don't believe anybody's going to interfere, but I think Drew's going to win this match. Randy Orton, I think look, people thought it was going to be Aleister Black. I don't believe so. Obviously not. I don't think it's going to be Rusev, because they said he signed, he's coming back, and Lana signed a Legends contract. Lana's a legend. I would have never thought of that. But I think Randy Orton's opponent is going to be Nick Aldis. I think Randy Orton delivering a RKO to Nick Aldis, there's a chance that it might be him fighting, and that would be fucking fantastic to fight a GM. But if not, I really don't know. Maybe Rusev. Y'all let me know in the comment section. AJ Styles and Logan Paul shouldn't even be there. Like, it sucks because I know they could perform at a high level, but why is AJ Styles fighting Logan? Honestly, I got a feeling AJ Styles is gonna win. Liv Morgan and Raquel versus to be announced is actually fucking nuts. Oh no, it's Bayley and Lyra. I hope Bayley and Lyra win. Honestly, Liv and Raquel, that it's not really going for me. And Cody Rhodes and Cena, I think Cena's gonna win. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, man. This was great. I had fun with the boys, man. That shit was fire. Me, the homies, we was rocking. We was eating like fat ass people. Look at me, bro. I gotta lose some weight, guys. I gotta lose some weight. I'm gonna do it for y'all, man. I'm gonna do it for y'all and the family, man. But look, I love y'all. God bless each and every one of y'all. And please, man, subscribe to the channel. We hit 100K, y'all. Okay. And I'll see y'all tomorrow on the next one. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. We're gonna do a live watch party. All right, God bless. We out of here, man. Until then, peace.